What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of swing trading, day trading, technical analysis, and we're going to pick up from where we left off in regards to last week's analysis and where I think market is going to go. There's a couple of things that took place this week that kind of had us, or kind of had me all over the place in regards to how to successfully navigate, but in all fairness, I was able to pull out what I was supposed to do, get all the correct results. It was a bit dicey, there was a lot of speculation going on, right? But it was the best possible guesses that I put in place, and obviously it panned out to work really effectively. So I'm going to share that with you today, so make sure you hang around for the entirety of this video. Okay, lots of gems in that for you. So with nothing more to say or to do, let's just get straight into it. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in divide up the week, so last week from the previous week. So here we are, right here. Let me lock that in place. Okay, so the previous week, what I talked about in this area over here was weekly lows and weekly highs being taken out. Okay, so moving forward, this week just gone, right? This week just gone, so that would be Monday the 18th of March, right? This is how I basically played the market based on how things appear to me, and it worked out to be actually quite smooth, right? So what basically happened on the Tuesday, because I didn't do anything on the Monday, right? So I didn't do anything on the Monday, and I waited to see what was taking place on the Tuesday. And the Tuesday I kind of waited a bit, right? So what essentially I was waiting for was I had my sales in this location down here. So I'm just going to draw a little bubble on it to just below this level. And then the plan was, had that taken place, I would have covered the nearest swing high. So in that case, that would have been this area right here. So it's going to draw an arrow towards that. So this area right here, right? That would have been my nearest swing high that I would have used as a stop loss should this area had been taken out in regards to market moving in that direction. But that didn't happen. So that didn't happen. What ended up happening was market kept pushing up, right? So what I did was I had a buy in this location up here. So where I would have put my stop loss is where I also put my buy. Okay, Tuesday evening is when literally I was triggered in. So I got taken into the market around this level over here. Okay, and then it pushed all the way up, and then I had my trailing stop locked in. I think it was this swing low, right? This swing low over here where I actually brought in my trailing stop. So I'm just going to mark that area out for you guys right here. So trailing stop in this location right here, and naturally on the Friday price came down and smoothly took me out. So I did one trade last week, right, and it worked out really well. And the confirmation that I had that I was really looking for was when this weekly high, the previous weekly high, was taken out. So therefore it gave me the confidence to say that price was going to keep pushing up, right? And I'm going to elaborate a little bit more in terms of what's actually going on in this area. All right, once again, I am not giving you financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm only showing you how I like to do business in the market. Some of my concepts I'm sharing with you, it may work with you, it may not work with you. Bottom line is, it is super important you do your own research before you commit your hard-earned capital to any trades. And with that said, I think it's also going to be worth your while to check out the back testing videos that you should be seeing at the end of this video. This video isn't ending right now, by the way, right? We still got a lot more to talk about, but I just thought I'd just let you know that I have a series of back testing videos. It's like 21 in total. So make sure you go and check those out, especially if using weekly lows and weekly highs is you're finding that a little bit difficult to follow along, right? But I promise you, at some stage in your development, you will be able to understand how this whole thing works. But in the meantime, if you are new, this is the career that you want, right? Then I would recommend check out my backtesting videos. It is not, so the backtesting videos, some of them are silver bullets in terms of like you could literally use that to trade all the time, right? But there is a lot of waiting period. There's a lot of idle time or bouncing around markets to find your perfect conditions. Okay, but if you want to be able to trade any market, anytime, any place, then the system that I am using right now is working very well for me. I'm not going to say it is the only system, but this system that I am using is working very well for me. Now, there was a guy that dropped a comment in my previous video. He said it was gambling, right? He's entitled to his opinion on that. I left his comment. Chances are he probably thought I was going to delete it. I don't delete comments unless obviously if you're being disrespectful, then I delete your comment. But if you're just laying down, you have an opposing view to the view that I have, then naturally I'm just going to leave it up there because I think it's healthy for the channel for that to be there. So he says I'm gambling basically, right? Super speculating. And I'm like, no, I'm actually not. You're putting in trades in prediction that it's going to go to a support level or a resistance level, and then you're going to place your trades that way. That's fine. If it's working for you, it's working for you. My trade is a rule-based system. Something must happen in order for me to take action. Bottom line. That's all it is, right? And like I said, if I was doing it your way, right, then I'll be waiting for, so essentially speaking, I would have put in a sell at this level. I would have got it all the way down here. And this assuming I was expecting price to go down lower, I would have been stopped out here. That's your style, my friend. That is your style, right? My style is we go with the vibe of the market. We're not trying to predict where the market is going to go. We're going to follow the rules of what the market lays out, and that's what we're going to follow, and that's what we're going to use to win, right? And by the way, and make sure that obviously if you do have an opposing view to what I have said just now, just make sure you obviously post that in the comment, and I will reply that, all right? So with all of that covered, we're going to get rid of all of these things right here. And we're going to be about the business of where I think market is going to go for, well, what I think we should look out for this week, commencing the 25th. So Monday the 25th of March, we want to see exactly what price plans to do, and we're going to take it from there. So let me just move this back for a bit, just move all of these back. Okay, and then let's take a look at what's going on in this area over here. Let's get rid of these as well. We're going to bring them back later on. So as we can see in this area right now, we have a new weekly low. So this is the new weekly low that we have, right? This was set for us on Tuesday. So just add a label to that. Just move this out of the way. Okay, weekly low. And then we have a new weekly high, which was set on the Friday, right? Now, one of these may get taken out week commencing the 25th of March. One of these could be taken out. Either this one could be taken out, or either this one could be taken out. Only time will tell. Let me actually assign some labels so this is also at least for you guys that want to actually track these levels. You have that there for you to track. So this is right about the zone that we're looking at. So on the high side, we're looking at 18, or let me rephrase that, 18488.5, and on the downside, we're looking at 17834.4. So if either one of these is taken out, right, next week, then we're looking for a move in a corresponding direction. Okay, right? Also, I'm going to come back here again to talk a little bit about this area in terms of when this weekly high was taken out. Okay, right? So we need to, so I'm going to come back here again and we're going to discuss this briefly. But in the meantime, we're going to look at what's happening now, and then we're going to go back in time a little bit. So as we can see in this area right now, okay, we have a structure forming, okay, that has a high probability to push to the upside. So this is a structure that we're looking at right now. Okay, so this is a wedge or a descending flag, whichever way you want to refer to it. This is what we have going on right now, okay? And what we also have is that at this level right here, so if I can just zoom in a little bit, at this level right here, so guys that like the resistance support levels, right, you have a nice little resistance level right here. The price was hitting, so it went into it, came back down, went into it again, and it's come back down, and then it's now pushing above that. Okay, right? Now, in my opinion, bearing in mind, this is not a crystal ball, this is not a prediction. I'm not saying this is 100% going to happen. Okay, I believe there's a high probability that this is most likely going to push up. This is a structure, okay, that normally pushes up, but I think looking at what we're seeing right here in regards to the support level being taken out over here, okay, it gives me a bit of confidence to say that price is going to take out, price is going to push to the upside. That's just my thinking. I may be right, I could be wrong, only time will tell, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking the weekly high of last week has a high probability of being taken out this week, right? And if it does, either I'm going to join it and cover the nearest swing low with my stop loss, or I'm going to wait for a pullback and then join it and then ride it to the upside with the nearest swing low as my stop loss. That will be my strategy moving forward, right? So let me just get back to what I was saying in regards to this weekly high over here being taken out. So I'm just going to draw a nice little level over here, right? Okay, so, and this is just to answer the gentleman's question, because I answered it briefly earlier, but I think I need to add more scope to it, and we can kind of see it, what's happening over here, right? So this weekly high was taken out. Previous weekly high was taken out this week over here, okay, right? Now according to him, it's pure gambling, right? So if you had joined it here or joined it here, you'd be sitting in drawdown, okay? Depending on how you joined the market when the weekly high was taken out, that answer definitely could be the case. You could actually be in drawdown. But let's look at exactly what is happening here since this weekly high has been taken out. So first, we have a structure that supports the idea that price is going to keep pushing up and take out the latest weekly high, which is this over here. This is the structure over here, okay, right? So just to add that to what that gentleman was saying, because a lot of smart money concept traders that only trade smart money concepts, okay, or only trade resistance and support levels, all right, they leave so much on the table, in my opinion, according to how I see them trade, right? They leave a lot of potential profit on the table just because they're waiting for conditions that the institutions are fully aware of, right? So all the institutions are aware that there are buyers and sellers waiting at either resistance or support levels, right? Institution traders also know that there are buyers and sellers sitting at smart money concept locations, so areas like here and here, okay, right? Now what we want to do, or what I'm trying to do, what I'm aiming to perfect, right, is how I can go work around all of that and just take advantage of what market actually has to do when he's doing whatever it is that he's doing, whether going up or going down, right? So in my opinion, this is how I've kind of rationalized it in my mind, right? In order for the market to turn around, it needs to close above or below a weekly high or weekly low that is set previously. It has to do it if it wants to go in another direction. It's like if you want to turn left, but you turn right, it means you don't want to turn left, right? So if you want to turn left, you're going to turn left, right? You might be unsure, like what we're having in this area, and then you're going to do the proper left, which is go all the way up, right? So this is just how I will kind of ration it out. Hopefully it makes sense. If it doesn't, I am 100% certain that you guys are gonna let me know in the comment section, right? So once again, if these concepts are you're struggling to understand it, make sure you check out the backtesting videos that will appear at the end of this video, right? There's 21 videos in there. It's all done into a playlist, right? They're all different types in terms of the format of the backtesting, and I'm sure you're going to find one in there that's going to work for you. It could be the moving average cross that works well for you, or it could be the Ikimoko setup that works well for you as well. All right, there is all different types in there, so just check them out and then backtest them, make sure it makes sense, and then if it does, then naturally you run with it. And then obviously develop it and make it your own, right? Because there's not just one way of doing something. There's multiple ways of doing it. You just have to find yourself within it. So with all of that covered, this is Pips and Points signing out.